Hey, this is Candy from Blessed Life, and this is take two. So the reason I'm redoing this is because this topic, for some reason, made me cry a lot, and I don't want to cry um, when I'm talking about it to other people. But it was good for me to probably get it out, get the crying out, so now I can talk about the topic. And I just did a video. I'm doing a daily video about my exercises. I'm doing some Beachbody exercises, and I'm really loving the Beachbody, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm really motivated because God's opened the door for us to get pregnant, and I want to be healthy, and I want to have this weight off of me so that I can be a healthier pregnant mom, and afterwards I can be a healthier mom and be more active and do more things with the babies. So I want total transparency. In April of 2018, I did have a surgery. It was a tummy tuck. It was called abdominoplasty. And so it was liposuction. He liposuctioned my back. He liposuctioned my stomach. And he liposuctioned my arms. And and this is the problem. I don't think my doctor actually did my arms. I think he let assistant doctors do my arms. And you can tell some of the scarring is 100% healed or 80% healed. But you can tell, of course, right here is where it's the worst. But if you see there's this bulge, and this bulge isn't fat. It's not. I was fat there. I was way fatter in my arms, so I know what fat feels like. And I don't know if it's just the scarring or I have a fear in a way that there's some fluid left, because when they do liposuction and you're so fat, you're going to lose a lot of fluid. So they stick fluid back in you, and then that fluid is supposed to drain through your lymph system. But I don't know if my lymph system got clogged. I don't know if it just couldn't handle it, if some of it just didn't want to go. I don't know what the problem is, but I do know that I have this section of my arms, and then there's a section right here, right on the side of my boob. And I know it's not cancer. Yes, don't tell me I've already gone and gotten the scans. It's not cancer, but it's just like a section, like where fluid drained there or something. And so it's a huge, huge problem, because at times it's painful. At times it's just annoying. You have this almost like somebody stuck rocks under your arm. You're doing something and you put your arms down and it's like, ow, I got a rock under there. I mean, it's not pleasant. It's like there isn't something 100% right. I never felt like this before. I know it's not my fat, so I don't know what it is. And then the other problem is my stomach. And I had the surgery in April. And when you're huge, I was over 260 pounds. So when you're huge like I was, what happens is they pump you through full of fluids, and then they suck out. So you come out and you're kind of swollen. So that's a big surprise. You think that you're going to come out and you're going to have this flat stomach and skinny arms and life is going to be great. But actually you're swollen, and I had it in Colombia. And I actually called my doctor a pain Nazi, because they don't give you Percocets or Demerol or anything good for pain in this country, which is kind of ironic considering it is Colombia, one of the drug capitals of the world, but you can't get a legal pain medicine. So, but doctors here, they don't like them, or they're not allowed to give them. I don't know what the issue is, but he wouldn't do it. So, I had aspirin. Not aspirin, Advil or something like that. Super strength Advil. Yeah, right. So anyways, after the surgery though, and things started going down, he cut the nerves and cut the stomach muscles and re-sewed everything back up, all like Franken Barbie. I said I'm a Franken Barbie inside. That's what I felt like. And I said, you can't see my scars on the outside, but I felt like, I have all these, like, I don't know, stitches across. If you saw the inside, it would be just all these lines with stitches. And so, I would talk about I don't feel right that, like, when you would touch me, if he would touch me on the top of my stomach, the doctor, I would feel it below my belly button and stuff like that. And everybody's, oh, it's normal. You're going to feel okay. Your nerves will go back to normal. You'll get used to it, blah, blah, blah. And another thing, when the weight started coming down, when the fluid did start going away and the weight started coming down and the stomach started getting smaller and smaller, another thing I had that, the only way to explain it is like, they say when somebody gets their leg cut off, and they still feel it sometimes. They feel like their toes itch or something like that. I felt like I had a phantom stomach. I felt like the stomach was there. It was going down, 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 but I still felt like the big stomach was right, out here. So first off, I never felt thin. And I could look at the pictures and be happy and post pictures and be like, ooh, look. But feeling-wise, I never felt like the stomach was gone. So that was part of the problem. Then the other part of the problem is all of the weird feelings that you feel because of what he's sewn up and cut up and done inside, and I have no idea. And I'm actually kind of afraid to even know or ask any more questions about it. But it's not just that, like, if I touch one place, I feel it in the other place. There's these tingling feelings where the incision is. I feel there's this feeling like it's gonna rip apart. And I've actually done things sometimes, and I've gone and pulled down my pants to see if there's anything, ripping, because that's what it feels like. It feels like just this tearing and ripping and pulling feeling at my incision point. And I don't know if that's common for women that have a C-section, and I don't even know if that's common for women that have surgeries like me. I'm just talking about what I'm experiencing, and this is a year and a half later. And so that's the first thing, and it's a constant feeling like that. That feeling, I mean, you get to a point where you can kind of ignore it, but it's not a point where it never goes away. So that's the first thing. Then there's the feelings of weirdness. Then there's these tingling feelings. Like if you touch me in the wrong part of my stomach, it's almost like needles just being shot all in my stomach. So that is another feeling. So I'm experiencing all this. And in January, when I got to my lowest point in weight, which was 202 pounds, and I was probably 202 for about, I don't know, just a few days. It didn't seem long. Was probably at the worst for the pain in my stomach, that it was like, I just have to live with this. And I was not dealing with the thoughts of living with this well. My husband didn't understand why, look, you're down to 202, you should be, going and exercising and jumping up and down and be happy. And he didn't understand, and I didn't want to even express it, because we had gone and we had put ourselves in debt, and we had, and it had been a horrible experience, in so many different ways. Stressful experience. And so I didn't, my recovery was extremely hard. And so I didn't, want to say any more than, I just don't want to do it. And I'll just, to give you an example, like when you're in the gym and you lay down flat on that bar, and then you lay on top of it, and you can do the dumbbell presses, and you can go like this, or, do whatever. When you're done laying down, to sit up off that little tiny bench, um, I couldn't do it because like it's like my stomach muscles have to still be trained, and I guess I need to go on Beachbody and look for stomach workouts to retrain my muscles. Um, and so, anyways, I was down to my lowest. It was January, February, somewhere around there. I was down to my lowest point, and I had not really eaten anything bad. I was walking. I was not like doing a lot of exercises in the gym or anything like that. Me and my husband were fighting and fussing over that. And I started to go up. And I hit 210. And I remember the day I hit 210 and I thought, screw it. In fact, I'm a Christian and I shouldn't say it, but I really thought, fuck it. Because it was like, I've gone through all of this, and now I'm gaining weight, and I'm, doing what I can, and because the way my stomach felt, I really felt limited to what I could do, and it was really, really hard, just really hard at night, and very scary for me. It was, especially at that point, I had a lot of pain still. And I thought, I'm going to live with this. I'm never going to be normal. I'm never going to feel normal again. Because when I was 260, and I've been up to 280, pushing 290 in my lifetime, I never had pain in my stomach. I didn't like that big fat stomach. Nobody likes a big fat stomach. But I never ever had that kind of pain. And I could do a sit-up. You put me on the floor even when I was 280, you put me on the floor and I'm lying down. I could sit my butt up without anybody helping or having to roll over and do this or that to be able to do it. So it was just difficult. And I kind of gave up, and which frustrated my husband a lot because he wants me to be healthy. And it isn't healthy to be 260, 280 pounds. And so if you're thinking about doing these surgeries, I don't even know what to tell you as far as asking questions because we asked a ton of questions. But you need to get a really good doctor. And, you might heal different. You might heal better. I don't want to ever tell anybody don't do something that can help them. And in the end, it ultimately has been a good thing because now I am down and I can exercise now. I'm starting back exercising. I'm doing the modifications for my knees because my knees still have a little bit of damage to them because of, having 280 and 260 pounds on them for way too long time. But, sorry. I'll delete this. Sorry. But, the reason that we did the surgery was because I was working out and trying, and my knees were literally giving out. And the doctors told us, oh, you don't have any hope. And we don't accept that from doctors, because Jesus is our great grand physician. And once the doctor said, oh, there's nothing we can do, you're going to just be in pain, I'm like, well, there's something Jesus can do. And he did it. He did take that huge fat stomach off me, and that fat stomach that was putting too much weight on me. And so, and I have been able, with modifications, I don't, jump up and down like the 20-year-olds, but I am able to do way, way more than I was able to do before I had the surgery. And now my stomach muscles are starting to learn how to work again. I can sit up. I can do things that I couldn't do and stuff like that. And so I wish I had pictures, but maybe I'll dig them out and show them at a different time. But see, another thing with my surgery was I had it in April. I had my surgery in April. And then starting in June for like 4 months straight, I had a spot that would not heal. And he put that gray silver nitrate or whatever it is. He put silver, I think it's silver nitrate. And several times he cut me open and re-sewed me. And so I have this horrible scar. And I'm going to show it to you. If you don't want to see it, you don't have to. Don't look. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. But right here, you can see there's a really bad scar right there. I mean, you can see, like, he cut me all the way into here. And you can barely see some of this. And you can barely see on this side, it's not so bad. And also, it's higher than he said it would be. So I'm still not going to be wearing too many bikinis. But I do love my belly button. It's an innie. It was an outie, actually. It's turning into an innie. I guess I better get back on the stick here. And and I'm not that, now it's pretty flat. So it's not so bad. I will say, I'm taping myself daily as I exercise to the morning meltdowns. And you look at yourself, or you're watching the video and you're imagining what you kind of look like. I'm not watching the video of me being taped, but I was taping myself. I go back and I look at it, I'm like, that's not at all how I imagine myself looking. I thought I looked pretty cool, in my head. And then I see it, I'm like, oh, you're such a dork. But, so that's interesting. But I wanted to do this video because I am doing the diaries, and I kind of brought this topic up, and then I want to talk about it and bring it up and want to talk about it. And I really haven't talked about it. I mean, a lot of the things that I've said, for example, when my husband hugs me, I mean, I know he's up against my tummy, and my tummy's flat now, so that's nice. He doesn't, before he was like here, now he can go all the way around, and that's nice. But like a lot of times I can't feel him hugging me as far as up against my stomach, because my stomach, some of it's numb, some of it has these weird tingly sensations. The scar part always has this pooling, weird pain sensation. So there's different parts of my stomach that have, and like if you touch my stomach sometimes, if you touch it or something touches it or I touch it in the wrong spot, and especially like you really got to touch into it, it sends like this radiation of like prickles all through my stomach. And so it's been a long process, but I'm making this video because, and one of the reasons I started the 100 days instead of doing one of the 30-day is because I need more than 30 days. I need more than 100 days to get all this weight off. But I feel like if I started a 30-day program, the progress at the end of the 30 days will be good, but it's not going to be the same as the 100 days. And I really wanted a program that's going to take me a little bit longer through so that I can see myself wow and wow, at the end. And so, and I also wanted people to know the truth so that they can't say, oh, well, she had a tummy tuck, that's why. That's why her stomach looks good. It has nothing to do with Beachbody. No, or it has nothing to do with any other exercise program that I might do, or nothing to do with what I'm eating or anything like that. It has everything to do with she had a tummy tuck. Well, some of it had to do with the tummy tuck prior. It gave me a jump start to now be able to do these exercises. So in that way, yes, it affected me. But there's still fat in my tummy. You saw it. And in some ways, the progress is almost in spite of my stomach because it's like it fights to not exercise, or it fights to it gives me a lot of pain and yes, I've done abs and crunches. I grew up exercising. I was in tap jazz ballet as a little girl. I exercised all through college. So I know, what crunch pain is. I know what it's like to feel the burn and all that kind of stuff. I'm not some fat girl that sat on a seat for 30 years and this is how I wound up. What I'm saying is, there was something that the way he sewed me back up inside, it's not conducive to exercise. It doesn't like movement. My stomach does not like me to move, and it lets me know. But I don't care. I'm going to move in spite of it. And, with God's blessing, I know I'm going to get there. I know God's going to heal this stomach. I know that he opened this door for this surgery, and even though it's not a perfect situation at this time, God makes everything perfect. And through him, I'm strong, even when I'm weak. And I know that he is transforming my body, and he is going to transform it to health and fitness and restoration. And I am going to be restored, and I'm not going to have to live with all these crazy pains and weird feelings my whole entire life. And I praise you and thank you, Jesus, for that. And so just everybody have a blessed day, have a blessed life. I hope we are going, oh, no, it's only 3 o'clock. At 6:30, we're going spinning, which, believe it or not, I like spinning. I don't believe it. I don't believe I like spinning, but I did. I liked it. The music's good, and it's fun. So anyways, that's what I'm doing tonight. So I start the morning with Morning Meltdown, and tonight I'm ending it with a spinning class. Different days, it's different things. But anyways, thanks for listening. If this helped you at all, leave a message. Let me know. If you are wondering about surgery, you can write me, and I'll tell you what I know from my point of view. I wouldn't discourage anybody because, like I said, it did change my life in a lot of ways. It's opened up this door. Now, after a year and a half, I'm in the process that I can, start really exercising hard on. I don't know. And so I would never tell anybody don't do it, but really look into it. Really look into your doctor. Because my doctor was a former heart surgeon. He started out as a heart surgeon, so in that way, I have a lot of confidence. I knew that, after an 8-hour surgery, I was going to wake up, because he would know how to revive me if anything went wrong, which nothing went wrong because God took care of me. But, I felt a little bit safer with him. He's not just some dentist that went to a workshop and got certified, so like you hear about. So anyways, have a blessed day. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.